Alright, so I just took off the weights, the clamps. It maybe it's like 15 hours later. Now, a lot of aquarium sealants, they will cure in 24 hours. To fully strengthen though, it could take up to a week. The fact that I'm in a humid environment speeds up this process so much. So, in episode 7, we got this on, did a little bit of work, and now, ladies and gents, welcome to episode 8 of the 120 Gallon Plywood Aquarium build. Now, what we gotta do is, I'm gonna try to sand the silicone off the sides here. I don't know how successful I'll be with this, but since we only have 1 inch to work with, I want that 24 by 23 and a half to really stick good. Like, we need this sticking. So we're gonna sand down everything we can. This way this acrylic can stick to it and go on from there. So fingers crossed, we got some tedious work ahead of us. You can see how well the silicone sticks to the epoxy. This is a clear example of how well it sticks because I'm having a lot of trouble getting the silicone off. So it shows you sand that acrylic up and you sand this epoxy in, you're gonna really get some sticks here. Alright, so both sides are prepped, ready to go. So we're going to do one at a time, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it and place it on this side. I'm then going to put the acrylic in. The problem with putting the second one in is if I lift it all the way up, this one is going to be backwards. So I'm going to have to support it because it's going to be upside down, and all the pressure is going to be leaning on it. Once it cures, it shouldn't be a problem, but I still don't want to play with that fire. So we are about to prep up the two 24 by 24 acrylic panels. Alright, so when it comes to the side pieces, what I'm doing is I'm leaving a little extra room. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape it, so this way when I put it on and the silicone comes on, anything that comes out I can smear, and then I can pull the tape and try to get a really, really good line. All right, I got the tank upright. It looks like the silicone has cured. It is so humid here, so feel good about that. You look on the inside and everything is how we wanted it to be. I mean, going right down the line. Now it's all about getting this piece in. Get it in really good and siliconing it up. You can see we're not working with a lot right here. I'm gonna try to clean this up a little better, and then I'm gonna get right to it. But you can see as far as the 48, it looks good. It looks good. A little bit of cleaning up, but that was to be expected. As you can see, a little, you know, just razor blade that right off. So we're gonna clean this up and we're gonna get this side piece of acrylic in. So let's go. Boy, is this scary. All right, I just had enough black aquarium sealant. I actually have some on the way, but we got this acrylic panel in, so that is good news. We have one left. We're gonna let this cure, give it 24 hours, and then we're gonna get to prepping the last piece and putting it on. If you can imagine though, after this is all cured, we're flipping it up the other way, so it's going to be upside down hanging, and how do I what do I do with that? So I don't know if I should do that or I should put it on sideways, but this way seems to work so good when you're pressing it down and you're working on it from this angle. It's just gravity if you think of it. So let's let this cure, and we're going to prep the next one and get it all ready for tomorrow. All right, so far so good. This panel came out really nice. Everything's flush. We prepped it real good. There is always going to be a little excess silicone, but we could just take that off when we finish. But now we were on the final acrylic piece. I just got the ASI black silicone in, so big time right now. We're gonna prep the acrylic. Everything's prepped on the inside here, and we're actually gonna put it up on the table, which means this is gonna be upside down on the other side. So I will put a clamp on it just to be safe, but it's on there. I'm not gonna keep it on there for 24 hours. I'm not gonna keep it up. Once we're looking good enough and everything's in place here, then I'll flip it back to this angle and we'll just let it sit for a day. So let's get prepping on this last piece and let's make this fish tank. Alright, after rethinking it over, obviously I gotta get under from underneath, so although the table is a good idea, I'd rather get under it than have to work more later on trying to get the silicone out of the bottom here, so it's okay. Alright, so clearly the last one is always the hardest one. I did put a lot of silicone in, so I spent a lot of time cleaning up the bottom here. But for the most part, everything does look good. We're not going to know for sure if there's any problems until this is all cured and I actually have the clamps, the weights, everything off. So I'm not going to keep this up for very long, but it does need time to cure before I move anything. So we're going to give it some time. I'm sweating. I got silicone all over me. I stink. So I'm gonna take it to the showers and we're gonna check this out tomorrow, and yeah, hopefully everything looks good and we can get to the next steps, and hopefully this bad boy holds water very soon. Alright, so I just put the tank back to its normal position. I didn't want to leave it up top overnight and have that side hanging down. It's just a lot of weight and it's meant to be pushed out, not pulled in. So, but it looks like it came out really good. we're just gonna keep the clamps on it. I kind of wedged the bottom here with some wood, and yeah, we'll just let it chill overnight. And then tomorrow, what I'm gonna do is just clean up around everything, and we're just gonna re-silicone around all the windows, and we should be good money. So, see you tomorrow. Definitely very cool. We finally have a fish tank, and I'm pretty sure it would hold water right now, but my main goal now is actually cleaning up around all the corners, cleaning up everything, cleaning it real good, and then doing another, just a small silicone wherever I haven't got it yet. So you can see all the excess silicone. There's not a super lot of it, but like you can see it's still ugly. So once I clean up a little something, and then I put some tape and then re-silicone it, have some straight lines, it's gonna look a lot better. But you can clearly see that all 3 sides are on, and they all look really good. So everything did come out really good on putting these acrylic pieces in. I'm super happy about that. So you know, just small little fixes, you know, and that's just what it is. And we'll continue to move on. So everything's starting to pan out here. Now this definitely takes quite a while to do. I have all different sorts of razors, and it's all about just whatever works best to get it without really scratching the acrylic. Alright, we're cleaned up around every single viewing panel. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna tape it. We're gonna tape it really close, get a perfectly straight line, and we're gonna silicone and seal every single viewing panel. After that, we will let it sit for a day. Then we're gonna fill it up. Alright, so everything is taped up, ready for some silicone, and all that work to tape it. And once we silicone it and pretty much smear it all in, then we just take the tape right back off. So, but like I always say, man, prepping, it's all about prepping. Do a lot of prepping. So everything is looking mighty nice, so we are about to get into this. All right. Now the silicone came out really good. There might be a few areas that kind of need to be touched up. No biggie. As for filling it up with water, I really want to fill it up. I think I can fill it up right now and nothing will happen without the top bracing, you know? But we want to put the top bracing in. I mean, it's just a smart thing to do at this point. So what I'm going to do is use a 1x3, I believe that is, 1x3. And I'm going to put two, one on each side, and then we're going to put one in the middle. I want to measure to make sure everything's all good. And I want to possibly wrap it, like wrap the entire aquarium, because I don't want it to be like an eyesore when you're looking at it without the top on. I want it to be like, okay, well, the top isn't on, but the fish tank still looks like a nice fish tank. It doesn't have some stupid piece of wood on top sticking out looking dumb as hell. So what I want to do is get it where I want it and then fill in whatever areas don't have the wood. So I want to kind of be a little strategic with this part of it. Regardless, we are going to build the top and everything, but you know, I want it to look good. Well, what's hating, you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 3 pieces and pre-drill the holes, and then we'll set each piece up and we'll epoxy them. We'll get them all ready, and then we'll get them on. Another reason I want to overlap it a little bit is because when you look inside the tank, the acrylic's ugly, you know? If you're looking, you can see the top of the acrylic, so I'd rather it overhang it where you won't be able to see the acrylic. It just looks better. So let's get into it, man. I'm going to make these cuts and these measurements. So let me give you an idea of what I'm thinking of here. Now, obviously for the front, I wanted to put something nice like I was saying, but here we have the top bracing is going to be these 1x3s. We're going to have 3 of them going right across, right? We're going to make a little room to where we can have this trim piece even with the actual fish tank. Okay, now I measure to see how the lights are. Kind of want to just measure it even, go split it right down the middle. Now the good news is the trim pretty much is very even with the second piece. Now this second piece gets drilled on, screwed on, glued on, whatever I gotta do. And then these 2 sections, now you can see I can put the acrylic, I can stick the acrylic right here and go across with it and stick it again. I'll have this piece here, this top piece, I'll have 1 piece on this side, 1 on the other side, pretty much butted up right to the trim. So as I continue to do it, it'll probably make a lot more sense, but that's what I'm looking at. And that's not even really making the top. That's pretty much making the basic top to where the lights can go on. Then I'm gonna make a hood that goes right over it, pops right on top, and it looks nice. And it's gonna match the stand as well. So, but that's what I'm thinking about now. Something that can be pretty simple, hold up the lights, basic, real easy to make. So that is what I am gonna go with. Alright, so now that we have a game plan, what we want to do for this top bracing and making this top, that is going to wrap it up for episode 8. In episode 9, we're going to do this top bracing. Make sure she holds water. I will catch y'all in episode 9. You know.